Guys, welcome to GunnersLoversTV. As you know, a lot of countries have played international matches during this international break, and Slovenia and Norway played 1-1 draw, and that match featured the likes of Haaland and Martin Odegaard. And Odegaard, as the captain of Arsenal, also is the captain for Norway. Now, this is a kind of signal of what will happen in the Manchester City match against Arsenal. Haaland missed a penalty again, and as you can see, he's not in the best form of his life. Slovenia shut the door against him. Many opportunities he had, he could not convert them. Odegaard gave about 5 opportunities, had more than 80 touches. But as you know, Haaland waits for opportunities near the 18-yard box. He doesn't do much of team play, retrieving or defending or tracking back. He doesn't do much of that. He's always at the front. When the opportunity arises, takes it and scores. But this season is struggling. So he could not score any goal against Slovenia. The door was shut against him. So only Martin Odegaard and his colleagues that did very, very well. Now, also talking of international matches, you remember Tielemans, who used to play for Leicester City, was linked with Arsenal for a very long time when we were looking for midfielders. Also, that was the time they also talked about Madison, and so many midfielders were linked to Arsenal before we bought Martin Odegaard. Now, he was instrumental to the win that Belgium had against the draw against England, because as you know, it was 2-2 at the end of the match. Bellingham scored a late equalizer. But the role that Tielemans played himself and Amadou of Everton, two of them combined together scored against England. Now, knowing fully well that that match involved England, Aston Villa fans are now praising their man Tielemans for scoring against England. So people are wondering on the internet, any English club, when it comes to matches concerning England, we expect English fans to, support their team, the national team. But in this case, they were more or less praising the skills of Tielemans against Pickford and against England. So it's something which did not go down well with the England fans. Moving on from that, you remember I told you Guardiola gave a parting shot to all his players before they left. Alan said it mildly, that they should not get themselves injured and all that, otherwise he will go after them. But the words that are being used in newspaper now is that go without my blessing, even though you have to go to this international break, you are going without my blessing. Make sure you come back not strained, not injured, not having any knock. Come back in one piece. But you know what broken plates are, as it is now. Kai Walker is not 100% fit. Even though De Bruyne they say he's training, he knows he's not 100% fit. John Stones now is very afraid now that he cannot play that match, because they have done the assessment for him, and they have discovered that he might not be able to play that match. So in all, you find that almost all of them playing for Man City are struggling. They used to say that when Alex Ferguson was in charge of Manchester United, he was not really a fan of players going for international matches, especially when they are in a crucial time of the season And of course, he knows what it is to manage big stars. So that is what is happening to Guardiola at the moment. Trying to manage these big stars, make sure that they don't get injured and come back in one piece with the workload of the Premier League. So that is exactly what is happening at Manchester City. If you move on to other news, I have read today that the match that Manchester City, I think they played against Nottingham Forest. Remember when they scored last-minute goal against them? No, against Liverpool. You remember that it ended in chaos when the owner of Nottingham Forest was almost following the referee and officials into the dressing room. But today, I read in the news today that even the coach, Steve Reed, yes, I think that's the name. He, correct me if I get it wrong, but that's the name. He even called the referee a C. I won't call the full meaning of that, but you will know. He called him the F word, and he called him a C 3 times. And the referee and his assistant put it in the report that this is how they were abused. So because of the impartiality that was sensed by Nottingham Forest coach or their team, but they have been fined £75,000 for the role their club played. They were unable to control their players. And the Steve Reed also was fined £5,000 for using abusive language against Premier League official. So this is what happened when Nottingham Forest played Liverpool. The aftermath effect of that match is still going on. As it is now, Everton, Sean Dyche has said that the players are not feeling more or less the heat of points being deducted. They're just concentrating on the games. The same thing for Nottingham Forest, they are concentrating on the games. Luton says they are going to fight to the end. You see, Luton says they are going to fight to the end. And all the teams involved, they have a high spirit that they will survive. You know, they have high spirit that they will survive. Fulham today, there was news that they are trying to expand their stadium to get more fans in. But Marco Silva, the coach, said he's not interested in that. What he is interested in is that fans should fill up the stands whenever they are playing to support Fulham. That's what he's interested in. That the one that is being done on the stands is for the football club. But he himself as a manager, what he's interested in is how to support the team so that they can have good matches at home. Now, moving on to other news again, as I told you, we'll just be going from one place to the other. Leo Messi, Messi, the Ballon d'Or winner many times. Leo Messi, he is known for his dribbling skills. He's played for Barcelona, PSG, and now he's in Miami, playing there, and he won the League Cup with them not long. And then he was being interviewed, and he said he doesn't see himself retiring because of age. He doesn't see himself retiring because of age, because he sees himself as still very competitive at this age. He said it is only when he sees that he can no longer compete at the highest level that, yes, he will know that his time is up on football. He will now decide to leave, honorably. If he can no longer run and chase football or train hard. He says he's one of the best critics of himself. He knows when he plays any matches good. He knows when he plays anyone bad. Of course, his co-competitor, you remember him, Ronaldo, who plays now plays in Saudi, They played their match, Poland, I think Portugal against maybe Slovenia, yes. And in that match, they could not, I think they lost. Yes, they lost 2-0. And there was a fallout from it. Ronaldo was bringing two fingers up. And Cancelo, João Cancelo, who is also he's not former, he's still Man City player who was loaned out, has said that Ronaldo is a very important player for them, more, and that it's not like they cannot do without him. But as it is, Ronaldo, so, but that as it is, he has done his part in football. Even if he's not playing at the highest level now, he has helped the team. It's very, very important to them, but that they can do without him. You know, João Cancelo is the same person who has said that Manchester City are ungrateful to him. They are not grateful for his services that he had given more than virtually 100% each time he was called upon in previous season to help Manchester City, and that reports from the club concerning his commitment in training and on play is completely wrong and false. I don't think that will go down well with Pep Guardiola. Jared Gillett and Anthony Taylor are going to officiate our match against Manchester City. Anthony Taylor has officiated some of our matches and we did not lose most recently, but also remember that the Jared Gillett, the VRO man, has caused more confusion than the officiating, not only in our matches but in other matches in the Premier League, which people have criticized him many times. And of course, you remember Arteta was spared a fine after he explained himself when he described, expressed himself at the disappointment of what the FA, the officiating was when we played 1 or 2 matches like that. So this time around, their eyes will be on Arteta again to see if he will comport himself. Because these two officials, they don't sit down well with Arsenal fans at the moment. So everybody is watching them. We're going to see what they are going to do again. The one in the VRO is also, that one, we don't see them physically on the field. They just give their decision from the air. So we are hoping that this time around, if we play and score on questionable goals, it will be given. If we can score early goals and seal up the place, 2 goals first half, seal up the place and lock up the shop. So that's what we're praying will happen. On the final note, guys, the goalkeeper Leno that we sold to Fulham. I read today too that Arsenal will still gain £2 million. £2 million. If Fulham stays in the Premier League. If Fulham stays in the Premier League. At the moment, Fulham is 12th position in the league, so they don't look like going to any relegation. And they are playing very well. They have a good coach. They have a good squad. They just beat Tottenham 3-0. Let's remember that. Yes, 3-0. And because of that, Arsenal will gain again 2 million, even though it's no longer their player. So this is how Arsenal is pinching everywhere. Like, share, subscribe. This is GunnersLoversTV. I'm your host, Augustine. Remember, Jesus Christ loves you, and we love you here on this channel. Please share this video to your friends. We are creeping quickly. We are walking quickly. We are running quickly to 1,000 mark of subscribers. Please take us there, and I'll see you in our next video.